All right, you guys. This is Mr. Boaitey, and we're back with another installment of our AVID Fireside Chats. And so today, we're blessed to have Mr. Ken Milton. I want to say a lot more about Mr. Milton, but I'm going to let him just introduce himself and just say what he's doing. But before you do that, I will say this just out of full disclosure. I do know Mr. Milton. His sister is married to my father-in-law. So it's a small world. You know, Arkansas is small. If we scratch the surface, I bet you I know your cousin, your mom, somebody. You know what I'm saying? And we're just being kind because I haven't started doing that yet. But trust me, we do. So I'm going to let Mr. Milton just introduce himself, and then we'll get started with the questions. Okay, Mr. Milton?
Hello, boys and girls. My name is Ken Milton, and I'm an artist as well as a teacher. I've been teaching, I teach with the Little Rock School District, and I've been teaching for 37 years. And I'm blessed to have two jobs that I love. I love kids and I love art. So as my blessings flow, I'm just enjoying what I do. I just enjoy art and I enjoy my kids. So it's a really good time I'm having in school and good time learning about the arts and growing with the arts.
Yeah. You know, Mr. Milton, if you don't mind, can you share where you're teaching? Because you said you teach in two different places, right? You're doing
Yes, I do. I teach at Dunbar Middle School in Little Rock.
Okay.
Also, I'm a adjunct professor at Arkansas Baptist College.
Okay.
So I do that 4 days a week. I was at the college 4 days a week, and I do Dunbar 5 days a week, of course. And then I'm developing businesses. I'm planning on retiring in about two or 3 years. And then I'm going to be a full-time artist. That's the plan. So I started teaching when I was very young. I was 20 when I started teaching. So that's why I'm still here, because I was very young and didn't know that I could, live a little bit before I started teaching. So that's the deal.
That's great. That's great. And I know you have a studio in Little Rock as well.
Yes, sir. That's my love. On Saturdays and Sundays, I'm there painting. I've been working on a show, but because of COVID, I haven't decided on a date yet. So as soon as I figure out how to do that successfully, I'm going to have a show. I know a lot of people are doing a lot of things, but I just want to be safe and sure, that I don't get anybody into any predicament that they don't need to be in.
Right on.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Well, let's get started with the questions. So the first question is, if you could give advice to your middle school self, your 12, 13, 14-year-old self, what would it be and why?
Well, it would be two things. One, I would work a little bit harder. When we're young, sometimes we don't see the seriousness of stuff. And when I was a middle school kid, I was, like you all are, we're having fun. We didn't have all the stuff that you all have. I didn't have Instagram and cable and Xboxes, but we did our share of doing what kids do. But at some point, you have to take things a little bit seriously. All right. That's number one. Number two is I would, it's kind of a contradiction, but enjoy things a little bit more. Not be so serious that I would lose the fun of things. When I was young, I was very, very small. I'm 6'4" now, but when I was little, I was very small and very timid. So I was kind of afraid of stuff for most of my childhood until I got in high school. High school was a big eye opener for me. So as time went on, you grow into yourself. And I took things, I was kind of timid. So now looking back on it, I would have been a little bit more serious in my schooling and not stress on, life's little bitty things, learn to live a little bit, I'm trying to do that now.
Did you go to college? If so, why did you go? Where did you go? and describe the experience and how it impacted your life, who you are and what you are doing today.
Well, I went to two colleges. I went to an undergraduate school, and then I went to a graduate school. I went to the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. It's an HBCU. And there I became who I am, because at the college that I went to, University UAPB, we were allowed to be ourselves. The art department there pushed us. I know our freshman year, we had a lot of people that just didn't make it because our professors would come in and they were very hard on us. So we didn't understand why they were so hard on us, but we understand as you got older, you understand that they wanted the best out of you, which was a great experience. I still now have a great love for my institution. It taught me how to live. It taught me how to socialize. It taught me how to budget money. It taught me how to be more creative because our professors required that. Then graduated and went to the University of Arkansas Little Rock. Completely different situation. It was not as structured as UAPB was. It was more laid back, different population. So it was two different worlds, but I learned from both of them. I take both of those experiences and that really made me, the educator that I am. Yeah.
Let me ask you, what does success mean to you? And would you call yourself successful? Why or why not?
Well, that has changed over years. A lot of times people, and when I was younger, people equate money with success. Teachers don't make $1 million. So we don't ever have, large sums of money. So when you're younger, that's what you think success is. You have cars and homes and all those kind of things. But as you get older, you realize success is much different. Success is, for me, being able to do a job that I love. Success is being able to do and practice things that I've always dreamed about. Success is being able, I have 3 sons, and that's their happiness is success to me. Success is a lot of other things other than material things. And it takes you a while to get to the point where as you realize that success is good health. In this climate today, it's very important. Success is being able to go outside and sit in the yard and see the green trees and the grass and being able to just be there, So success has changed to me. It's not, to me, not materialistic anymore. When you're younger, that's what you think it's supposed to be, but success is way bigger than that. To be able to do what you want and be free in life and have your own choices. That's success for me, and to enjoy what you do. So many people don't enjoy their jobs. My older brother is an attorney, and he talks about, doing this and doing that for people. And he sometimes doesn't like what he does, but and then I know people that are on jobs that they just don't hate. I am blessed to have a job that I love, and I love what I'm doing what I love to do. A lot of people don't have that, so success has changed for me. I'm just pleased to be able to enjoy life and doing what I love to do.
I think what was also too very special is, as you said, you started teaching when you were 20 and you went to college. When we went to UAPB, you went in studying art.
Yeah.
So you were able at a young age to get a hold of or have that thought that this is my passion, or this is what I'm interested in.
Yes.
And be able to hold on to that all the way through. And that's special.
And you mentioned a word there. You mentioned a wonderful word there, passion. Your passion and your purpose. Those are two very, very powerful words. What is my passion? What is my purpose? When I will say this, when I first started teaching, when I first went to college, my older brother has always had advice for us, right? So he told me that, I've always been an artist. I've always painted, all through middle school, high school. So I was gonna major in art. So when I got there, he told me, well, you're not gonna make any money as an artist. So you need to major in something like engineering. So I knew that that's not what I wanted to do, but you know how you listen to people. So I got to UAPB, and I look at the engineering curriculum. It was so much math and so much stuff that didn't interest me. So I changed my major. So I have always loved buildings. I thought at one point I was gonna be an architect because I've always loved buildings. I still love old homes and old buildings. I live in an old part of town and I just love these old buildings. So I thought I was gonna be an architect. But my mom was very protective of us. So she didn't want me, she wanted me down to Pine Bluff. She didn't want me to go. You had to do 3 years at Pine Bluff and then 2 years at Fayetteville. So she didn't want me at U of A. So I changed that. So I had an epiphany. I said, you just do what you want to do. So that's how I got back to art, because I changed my major 4 times, listening to other people and not following my own heart and my own conviction. Because people are going to tell you, you won't do this and you want to do that. But the best advice I have is do what you love, do what you want to do, because people are going to always have their opinions, like my older brother did. And if I had to listen, if I had not followed my heart, I don't know where I would be now. My true conviction.
Yeah, and it's interesting when you say that too. The AVID, the acronym is Advanced via Individual Determination, and so that sense of getting a hold of, being turned on, so that you're making that intention yourself. I'm doing this. This I want this. Is so much what the program is inspiring.
Yes.
In all of us. And so that's wonderful to hear that, because that's an example of
that.
Let me ask you this. So our next question is, being college and career ready takes grit, persistence, perseverance, not giving up, and being open to new ideas. How did you develop or cultivate this essential skill?
It was hard. In the early days, you're so social. When you're younger, you're so social. You want to be with your friends. You don't want to be studying, and you want to be doing what everybody else does. But you have to have a sense of priorities. You have to know that if you are determined, you have to have something within you that keeps you motivated and keeps a drive in you to keep going. Because if you don't, there's so many distractions in life. And a lot of times we get distracted, and sometimes our distraction sometimes may last a lifetime. So you have to get to the point where you have some discipline in what you're pursuing. A lot of times you won't be able to go to the party. You won't be able to hang out with your friends. You won't be able to do what you want to do. But in the long run, you'll appreciate the fact that you were determined to get to where you should be. And that it takes a lot of willpower. It takes a lot of strength to be able to mentally get to that point where, well, I can't do this right now. I got to do this, because your friends will pull you, your family will pull you. So you have to get to the point where you have to have some discipline within yourself to say, I have to do this and I have to do that. Because if you don't, life will basically pass you by, because your motivation is within you. You have to be motivated. You have to be disciplined. You have to, and I think a routine is valuable. As teachers, we have to be this, and this time. And as an artist, I'm right-brained. So right-brained people are very sometimes unorganized. But as a teacher, is my left brain side. So I have to be very structured in getting things done. And I've had to learn that through the years, to get things done. And teaching has been the kind of discipline to help me do that. So you have to push yourself, you have to have discipline, and you have to strive to know that there's something on the end for me when all this is over. When a doctor starts med school, when a doctor goes those 4 years of college and 3 or 4 years of med school, they know at the end they're going to be a doctor. You have to have a goal. And to get that goal, you have to have a drive, a discipline, and direction to get there. Yeah.
It's neat because, having the opportunity to listen to speakers like yourself, there seems to be a common thread that runs through many, and a lot of it is goal setting, this intention, you
Mhm.
know, and it's very important. I mean, that is a skill as well.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so this is our last question. Is there anything else you'd like to say to scholars who'll be watching this?
Scholars, I mean, you are so fortunate to have so many wonderful things
Yeah.
placed in front of you. There was no AVID program when I was growing up. There was no AP, there was no gifted and talented, there was no, all these wonderful things and all these wonderful teachers that you have at your school is a blessing. I had in elementary school, we had Mrs. Jones, and she wore a bun on her head and she had a ruler in her hand. So there was no, there was no fun there. Now you all have so much at your disposal to do what you want to do, with whatever you have dreams to be. It just takes you and your heart and your motivation to do it. You have every advantage there is. It's just up to you. I deal with kids all day long. I deal with little kids and big kids, and I have some that are motivated and some that are not. But we all give them as much as we can give them. Young people, take advantage of it all. Take advantage of it all and live your life. Go after your dreams. Whatever that you have in your heart, that's what you should do. When I was down in Pine Bluff, my college at UAPB, my professor used to tell us, never have a job. Always do something that you enjoy. And then you will never have a job, you'll have a career. I get up every day, love going to work most days, you know? In a couple of years, I'll be painting every day. What's not to love, you know? So go after what you love. What is you? Figure out your passion, figure out your purpose, and go for it. There's no excuses anymore. You have grown-ups in some form or fashion in your school that will help you. If you don't have it at home, fine. You have it at school. You know, you have a wonderful teacher sitting in front of you. He is going to do everything in his power to get you where you need to be. And so you're blessed right there. He's going to help you. I know him very well. He's going to help you. He's going to help you get there. So, and you have other teachers in the building and family members too. So wherever you need to be, you have the resources to get there. Go for it. Do your best and enjoy it. Do what you enjoy. And that is the best advice I've given myself through the years, and I'm glad I've taken it.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Yeah, you did a lot of wonderful things.
Mhm.
I love this aspect of going through life as it's not work. I think
Yeah.
I was at one point, I remember I was in Atlanta. I just got there from New York and I was trying to find something and I could not. And so I went to this restaurant and they asked me they didn't believe whatever things I said. So they were like, we can let you get bus boy. And I was like, okay. So I was for a little while. And I remember the manager saying to me at one point, you know, Rachel, you work like as if you're on vacation. And I was like, what do you mean by that? And she said, it's just like, you're so into it, as if you're just here, like you're just not like it's a duty or something. Like you just are, okay, okay, let's go. And so you work real hard, but you're enjoying it. And I said, you know, thank you very much. I'd never heard anyone put it that way. And that's exactly what you just said.
Yes, it makes it much better.
Yeah.
It's less stressful.
Yeah.
You know, it's enjoyable if you have that kind of mindset.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes it nicer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, I know you enjoyed this. I know it's a pleasure. I'm so pleased, and I'm so glad that Mr. Milton agreed. And so we'll get ready for our next one. And I know you've got a lot of wonderful nuggets from Mr. Milton, and so we're grateful and blessed to have him. Thank you. And you guys, we'll see you in the next one. All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
All right.